This past Sunday, Father George in his homily talked about how the beginning of Jesus' ministry starts in the synagogue. It begins with prayer with the Jewish community in the synagogue and is sort of the launch pad for his ministry. And it had me thinking about my own experience of prayer in my life and its connection to ministry. I've found that I feel very disconnected from the people I'm working with or the activities that I'm asked to engage in if I'm not also praying with those, if I'm not bringing them before God and offering them to God and asking critical questions of myself, of how God might be calling me to an even deeper experience of that ministry. And so here we are in the space where I pray. This is in the corner of my room here in Berkeley, and I just wanted to show you how simple prayer can be, and how sometimes, you don't always have the words for it. You don't know what to do or what to say, and I think there are some things from our church that can really help us out. And so what I do in the morning is I have my coffee. I have an alarm clock that is actually a coffee maker, but that's a distraction. But I grab my coffee and I come over here and I kneel down. I have a little kneeler on the ground here. And then I sit in silence for about 10 minutes, close my eyes. I light the candle and I light some incense. And this may seem like an unimportant step, maybe like the instinct in us is to just jump into reading or to find material. But for me, this is actually the most important part, that I actually take those 10 minutes of silence and just breathing and recognize that I am a creature here called by God and called into this moment to be with God. If I don't start with that, then it becomes like homework. So some days, if I get too caught up, that might be the only thing I do. But when I'm running out of steam on that, or when I need a little help, I turn to these other sources. So this here is a Psalter, or it's the Liturgy of the Hours, and it has psalms in it, and you follow the formula of the Liturgy of the Hours with different psalms. And I usually sing them by myself, which, depending on the hour of the morning, is either good or bad for my roommates. But I find that the Psalms are often very expressive of our own deep feelings. Sometimes there's Psalms of praise, sometimes Psalms of lament, Psalms of worry. And so there's a lot of good to be found in praying the Liturgy of the Hours. And then this is the Missal, the readings for the day. And sometimes I'll turn to those. For Jesuits, we're asked to pray for an hour a day. So on my best days, I'm able to do that. But if I'm not, then I return here a couple of times a day maybe, and I'll write notes in a little notebook just to remind myself of where my prayer was, or a certain line from the Psalms or from the Liturgy of the Hours that stuck out to me. It's not that complicated, it doesn't have to be moving mountains every time. Sometimes it's just simple things that when you're in a rhythm of it, it's actually the rhythm and the faithfulness to it that pays off in the end, rather than these great divine insights that, come from the clouds. But to live a life of dedicated prayer is a life that I think is really a beautiful one, and definitely one that has helped me along the way.